Hello, everyone. It's Francis Widdowson here. I'm coming to you live from the beautiful city. I've been told it's the tournament capital of Canada, Kamloops, British Columbia. And we're going to be going out to do some shoots today. CFJC is on the agenda, as is Frank Caputo, talking about Frank Caputo and the RCMP. These are bodies that have been massively failing in terms of what's happening with respect to the unmarked graves deception. And this is a massive issue. It impacts Kamloops, obviously, but the whole country has been turned upside down, and we are continuing to suffer the fallout from this claim that was made in May 2021, and it's time for a reckoning. We can't just keep on going on as if nothing happened and that children have been found. Anyway, to this end, we want to go into Thompson Rivers University tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. We're meeting up with Dallas Brody and Jim McMurtry, and we're all going in with my billboard saying what remains and denial or truth. And on Friday, I just got sent this email last night. Arini, who is the president and vice chancellor at Thompson Rivers University, and of course she's a professor of education. Education faculties are one of the worst, most irrational, most, compassionate, like compassionate in quotation marks, which is then used to impose authoritarianism. Anyway, Arini sent out an email to her colleagues with the Whitegift, which is, I guess, the Tecumloops' hello expression. And I'll just read this to you. While this message may contain new information to some of our university community, I believe it is important that I write on a matter that has come to our attention that is contrary to university policy and our commitment to honor truth, reconciliation, and rights. Now, I have posted about a 3-minute clip from what Thompson Rivers University posted in September 2024, so a little over a year ago, from Dee DeRose, who's the chancellor, which is the symbolic head of the university, and Ted Govertson Jr., who is a member of the Tecumloops group, the Kamloops Indian Band, and is the cultural advisor at Thompson Rivers University. Anyway, those two are saying, let's talk about truth and reconciliation. And their truth is that the bodies of children have been found in the Kamloops apple orchard next to the school, which of course is not true at all and highly unlikely to be the case, because not one parent has said that their child never came home from the Kamloops Indian residential school. So that's what Thompson Rivers University thinks is truth, which is nothing but, and truth and reconciliation is falsehoods and authoritarianism. Arini goes on to say, the executive team of Thompson Rivers University is aware of online posts promoting an unsanctioned gathering at our Kamloops campus on November 12th. This activity is not approved under Thompson Rivers University's responsible use of university safe space policy, which requires prior authorization for organized events or filming outside the core operations of the university. Our focus is on maintaining a safe, respectful environment for study, work, and campus life. To that end, we have reminded the individuals involved that they do not have permission to hold this activity at Thompson Rivers University and have issued a notice under the BC Trespass Act. This is nonsense. Thompson Rivers University sent me a notice on October 15th, which is almost a month ago, and that's why I am coming to their university, is because of that notice. I wasn't planning on coming to this poor excuse for an academic institution, probably one of the worst universities in Canada. I wasn't planning on doing that, but when they sent me that trespass notice, I said, they're not going to get away with this, and I'm going to take them to task for this. So there, once again, truth is very far from these midwits' minds, and midwits are these mid-level bureaucrats who like to throw their weight around and, threaten academic freedom on university campuses because they're just concerned with the brand. And Thompson Rivers University's brand is indigenization. And that means not a lot of truth and not a lot of reconciliation. And then she goes on to say, our teams are working together to ensure that the campus remains open, safe, and calm. Calm? Come on, people. Get a grip. Thompson Rivers University will respond proportionately in accordance with policy and law. Go ahead. Respond proportionately. Thompson Rivers University stands with survivors, communities, and Indigenous students, faculty, and staff who continue to live with the impacts of residential schools. The impacts of residential schools are a bunch of falsehoods that are being disseminated, which then results in all this trauma that we're hearing about. We all share in this journey, says Arini, and together continue our work toward truth, respect, and reconciliation. Do you really expect us to believe that? It's embarrassing. Stop embarrassing yourself, people. We appreciate the continued support and cooperation of our students, faculty, staff, and partners. And there's a little bit of a hidden message that if you don't, support this, something's going to happen to you. And don't expect your faculty association to support you, because they will throw you under the bus just like they did to Derek Pine, who got pushed out of that university. That's not what Arini is saying. I'm just adding that in there. Management and the faculty association are stuck together with crazy glue at Thompson Rivers University. That's my comment as well. Thank you for helping keep our, I don't think that's grammatically correct. Thank you for helping to, I think you were missing to, Irene. Not that grammar matters at Thompson Rivers University. Thank you for helping to keep our university a place of belonging, learning, and respect. Please do continue to look after one another and yourself. Professional support is available as set out below. You're going to need support. Ideas are going to be discussed, which are going to be very upsetting to you. And you need to have some therapy, which we will provide, which will make you very weak. You won't be able to think properly, and you'll go out into the world and be someone who's going to submit to all sorts of ridiculous authoritarian pressures, which are coming down the pipe very, very soon. That's my comment. Thank you. Merci. Kook Whips Selp, which I guess is the Kamloops Indian band's invented. They've used some kind of invented script that we can't pronounce because, again, anyway, Thompson Rivers University. Come on, people. You're not going to get away. Well, you might, because you might call in the police, I guess. Might have to call in the police on this one. But hey, you do you. It's not going to stop us. We're going in to Thompson Rivers University. I've got my billboards, which I have. Okay. What remains? And my favorite, denial or truth. And that's Dallas Brody there with the sign, Zero Bodies, in front of the other ridiculous sign about every child matters and the 215. So everyone gets upset about Dallas Brody with the sign Zero Bodies, but they're perfectly okay with the Penticton Indian band with this huge billboard saying every child matters 215 with the little handprints and the little footprints, being the 215 children, which don't exist in terms of bodies that have been found. Anyway, this is a mass psychosis that seems to be happening. And we should be very concerned about this. Like, I'm laughing just because I haven't gotten a lot of sleep because I've been so preoccupied with all the craziness. But it's not, it's kind of comical, but it's going nowhere funny at all. Because as a civilization, we need to be able to think about things rationally and go forward with decisions that are based upon fact and not upon the delusions of people who have false memories that have been implanted by people like Kevin Annett, who many of these tales seem to originate with. So we must have a reckoning. The time is now. We're dealing with things 4.5 years after the original false claim. And we have to push our society back onto a path of reason, evidence, and logic. And if we can't do that, all is lost. Anyway, so if you care about where we're heading as a species, it's the human species that we're concerned about here. We've managed to overcome tribalism in the past, and we don't want to be pulled back into tribalism and bringing the Tecumloops, the House of the Tecumloops, all the Aboriginal industry stuff is retribalizing us, and we must resist this. We must do this now. So if you're in Kamloops or near Kamloops, come to Thompson Rivers University tomorrow. 1:00 p.m., Student Street. And people keep on asking me where Student Street is, and you just look it up on the internet, Student Street, Thompson Rivers University. It's close to the law school. Like, there's the law school, you go up an elevator in a building. That's very, very close to where Student Street is. And we're going to be out front. We're all coming in together. And Thompson Rivers University, just, get a grip. You're an academic institution. You don't need to have authorized discussions. And your nonsense about truth and reconciliation, people are seeing through this. It's not got anything to do with truth. It's got nothing to do with reconciliation. In fact, it's harming Aboriginal people terribly. And Aboriginal people who are listening to this, you are being used by the Aboriginal industry, the lawyers and the consultants and your neo-tribal elites who are making a killing off your misery and your suffering. Fight back against them. Join with me so that we can create a better society for everyone, which is not based upon tribal principles and is based upon enlightenment principles. That's where we want to go. We want to bring back the enlightenment and stop all this tribalism, demagoguery, superstition, wishful thinking, and so on. So I'll see everyone tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Have a great day.